Hello everyone, welcome to This Week in Smackdown for WWE Friday Smackdown, January 27th, 2012. And this is the final show that they had before going into the Royal Rumble event. And in all honesty, the only good part of the show, there was a couple little other small parts that I didn't like, but the only really good part of the show was the whole Randy Orton coming out and reinvigorating his feud with Wade Barrett. Obviously, it might not come to an end directly on this show or at the pay-per-view, but it was just a nice little touch to get Randy Orton back in there. Obviously, going to throw him into the Royal Rumble match. And the other little small part that I do kind of like is that they're using Tamina a little bit more. It's not a lot, but they're using her a little bit more. That's really nice. Other than that, the show itself, and one area bad that I thought of the show, and I'll get to that a little bit later, it was mostly due to an injury that ended up happening. But outside of those little two aspects to it, there really wasn't much to the show. It's very unfortunate that, Sheamus himself doesn't really have an actual storyline to go with, especially going into the pay-per-view or even after the pay-per-view. They just had him go up against Drew McIntyre and essentially squash him this week. So, like I said, it's just unfortunate that he does not have a storyline going into the pay-per-view or into the near future, at least at this point in time. Hopefully he'll go with Wade Barrett or maybe even a Cody Rhodes storyline into the near future here. It would be nice to just see him in a meaningful storyline instead of just randomly coming out there every week and putting the beat down on somebody. The whole Santino thing, Santino and Yoshitatsu, it was meaningless and pointless. It wasn't really even much of a comedy match. It was just, them two not really winning. Santino can be funny at times. I think he's run his course though, and honestly, it's not really doing much for me in that aspect. And there's not too much more to really talk about SmackDown outside of the whole world title situation. You have Big Show, Daniel Bryan, Mark Henry. And honestly, this triple threat I like a lot more than other types of triple threats because you have all three of them not really liking each other, so it gives that random factor going into the match on the pay-per-view in that aspect. But they were trying to have a match with the Big Show and Mark Henry looked like he injured himself, so they ended the match. And when it was on TV, I mean, they went to commercial break when he rolled out of the ring, and then they came back. Daniel Bryan's hitting Big Show with a chair, so. I'm not too sure how serious the injury was, but hopefully it's not very serious. From all indications, it seems like he will be on the pay-per-view Sunday, so it's obviously not too bad. It's just something that they had to throw a curveball there to get them out of that situation without further injury. And it just didn't come off on TV all that great. The whole Big Show Daniel Bryan part was extremely well done, I thought, with the use of the steel chair and then putting Big Show in the bell lock and then Big Show getting out of it. I thought that came off really well, but for the most part, the show itself didn't come off well at all, and it's kind of disappointing because you had this one last show to give a better impression for the pay-per-view. I think they missed the ball on this one. I think they did a better job on Monday than they did tonight, in my personal opinion. So that's pretty much all I have for WWE Smackdown this week. Unfortunately, it wasn't a great one, and obviously I'm keeping this short. And that's pretty much all I've got, and I thank you guys for watching.